Hey guys, it's Cray here again with some more Donkey Kong Country Returns, this time on Part 8, and we'll be finishing up World 5 and doing the first level in World 6. Hope you guys enjoy watching. I'll try to leave some commentary that'll hopefully help you guys out, like always. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, this level is fairly simple. You're just bouncing around a lot. You're trying to avoid spikes and all sorts of things in the air. This level keeps you in motion a whole lot, like most of the levels in this world. This one is really a level where it seems like you're a lot safer, and you're also not constant worry about falling. You're just worried about not getting hit by stuff, so a little more lenient. Just be careful. Take your time jumping. Make sure you make your jumps good. Okay, now there is your O. Make sure you roll in just the right moment. If you do it correctly, you should be able to do that without taking any damage as long as your roll jump is timed right. Nothing too hard there. Continue onwards, and then climb the vine and keep going. So bananas, and a heart, and now you just wait. Now your hippos, easy enough to just bounce off them. Make sure you get a good bounce off the last one so you can get that in, because if not, you may not be able to reach it. I would say on this giant oval-shaped little thing, I don't know what you call it exactly, well, a structure, but yeah, just time your jump and get on it when it's close and safe. Don't try to chance it if you don't feel like you can. It's really important you're careful with these levels in World 5, because they are pretty dangerous. Okay, this part's simple, just bouncing more, nothing to really worry about here. Make sure you get that hippo low where you may actually hit the spikes. Something you probably will do if you don't bounce on him quite enough. Don't kill him just enough to get so you can and get your jump just so you can get through without bonking your head. The rest of this level is pretty straightforward, just bouncing off these little lily pads or flowers or whatever you want to call them. I'm not sure what they're actually called, but yeah, just bounce off of these. Maybe you bounce off the enemy and then you're up at the barrel before you know it. And level completed. And that was World 5 Level 1 for you. I don't really remember the name because I didn't get to read it too well. And it's been a while since I recorded it. Or not 1, what am I saying? It's not Level 1. Sorry, I got that mixed up. We're on 5-6. Okay, now we're moving on to 5-7. Wigglevine Wonders. I believe we have 2 more levels in World 5 after this, which is 5-8 and then 5K. And I guess technically the boss level counts as well, so we got 4 when you include this one. Okay, this one's pretty simple. It's about climbing at the right altitude. You can see how I had to carefully position myself to get that K. A lot of the letters in this level are like that. I think the majority of them happen to function like that. I think that's how you collect them all, but I'm not certain. I know for a fact at least 2 or 3 of them do, so at least half. Okay, yeah, I believe this is where you get the O just a little bit later, not quite yet. Be careful here, there's a lot of blades. Just don't get hit. Really tricky if you're trying to be careful. Just get in the middle there, be very careful at it, and there you go, you got your O. This really is about placing yourself in safe spots, which is not easy, because this level likes to put you in a lot of danger. It's probably one of the hardest levels in World 5. Okay, grab the vine. Just follow the same pattern, kind of look at the arc and try to judge where you're going to need to be when you see that in and get up there and grab it. There you go, you got your in. A little bit hard. Okay. You can hear a Diddy barreler if you didn't see it. Well, yeah, you saw me grab it right there where those leaves were, so you know how to get it now. Now just continue. More of the same, really, so just dodge. I'm not certain if the G comes up right here a little bit later, but I don't remember it being very hard to collect. It's a little annoying, but nothing really, really bad. Okay, there it is, yeah. So just go up and make sure you're close to the top and you collect it, and you should be fine. You might not want to be exactly at the top because you can miss it, but I believe you need to be a little bit close to the top to get it. There's your vines, just keep waiting. There's really not much reason to continue delaying now and make your jump safely, so unless you want puzzle pieces and you're looking for them, you should just continue as fast as you can without making any errors. Just try to keep your guard up, too. Okay, this is where things get a little tricky, but you're near the end, so just be careful. Collect bananas as you go. you need them, that is. Stay out of the way of the spinning blades. Move when you get a chance to get out of the way. It should be really simple. There's not anything challenging about it. And don't delay too much when you're jumping towards that barrel, because that vine won't last forever, and forever it'll fall if you don't jump off eventually. Okay, I believe this next level was probably one of the actual hardest in this entire world. Not the hardest, but I remember this one was pretty bad. 5-8 Muncher Marathon. I remember this level, and it is not too fun. But as long as you're careful, you should be alright. So, started. This level slowly gets super hard. Well, actually, I guess slowly isn't really accurate. This level starts off really simple, though. And then, after just a little bit of this, like, I believe right after you break these pieces of wood, that's when this gets a little bit harder. Because the game releases all these little spiders known as munchers at you, and you have got to be constantly on the go, otherwise you will die. So keep moving. Try to take your time, but not very much. Just try to make your movement fast as you can without sacrificing any time. Okay, jump and grab it quickly and then move on. Just make sure you don't poke around. Try to smash that. You can get that puzzle piece if you're brave enough to roll dash and try to jump and get it, but probably not the best idea. This level is dangerous. I'd recommend not going for the Kong and the puzzle pieces on the same goal if you're trying to, because this level really capitalizes on you messing up. Bounce up there and get your O. Just keep moving. This level encourages you to move on no matter what. Just ignore a lot of the stuff in front of you unless it's going to harm you, and keep going. Don't let those munchers catch up to you. That's a big focus in this level. Here, kind of want to wait a little bit with the frogs, that's a little annoying. Try to get to a roll and break that vine, that set of... I know what I'm saying, I'm sorry. Try to roll and break that wood as quickly as you can so you'll have it out of the way, and then there, blast upwards. You're near the end of the level now. This is pretty straightforward. Just bounce from one to one, and make sure you lean to the left and get that G when you can. It's really just shooting yourself from one barrel to another, and if you're fast enough, you'll beat this level. It can be a little tricky if you don't take all the time and go as fast as you can. It's not to say you want to go fast every single second of the level, but it really helps you to not go slow. And now we've opened up 5K, which is Blast and Bounce. I remember this level, or at least one of the levels, being a level that was fairly based on barrels. I believe this is the level I was thinking of. It's got tubes too, I think, and you're bouncing a lot, just like it says. So, yeah, pretty obvious title. Not a fun level, really hard level, but you gotta be careful. Shoot yourself out with timing. This level really, really, really capitalizes on more than the others in this world, because you have to watch the spinning blades and make sure that you shoot yourself at just the right time every time you get a chance. You sort of see patterns lining up, so not a whole lot to say here. Just really observe your timings. Always try to get maximum jump height out of these little tubes or tires or whatever you want to call them here. Try to make sure you get plenty of height, like I said, and try to avoid the things flying upwards. In fact, you might want to kind of wait and gauge if you can go above them without them rising up and hitting you before you jump. Especially on this part with all these tires here. Or whatever they are, actually. I'm not really sure if they're tires or what, but keep going. Take your time. Just try not to get hit here. It's not going to matter when you're doing this normally, but if you're doing this on mirror mode, it will suck because you have very little margin for error. Going. Avoid these things the best you can. You may not be able to avoid the blades. It's fine. It's hard to dart and gauge their pattern. Usually I wait until they're like right out of the way when they're at the edge of their little attack. I've been doing it like when they're at the far right every time, I think, and that was how I got it. So they did that just right. I might have misremembered because I think I don't know if I did the same strategy when I played this level again or not, but we'll see. This is pretty tough here. You gotta really, really gauge where the blades are so you won't get hit by them. And you can imagine that gets frustrating if you're not careful. First time playing through this, though, it should be a breeze. You don't have much to really worry about. You just shoot yourself a barrel of the barrel and be careful about it. This, yeah, you just wait until you get near the barrel and launch yourself. It's easy. And there you go, you've beaten the level. First time isn't really that bad. Now we're about to enter the boss fight, though, which is actually a little bit annoying. Alright, here we go, boss time. I don't remember the most about this boss. I remember not liking it very much because it's kind of got a weird pattern, which makes it kind of hard to kill. It's not super bad, it's just annoying. I'm going to stay quiet now because the cutscene's going to play in just a little bit, and I want you guys to be able to see this without any audio. So enjoy. Alright, sorry, zoned out for a second, but yeah. This boss is a really weird one. You're basically just trying to avoid it. You gotta mislead it some, and while you're trying to distract it and mislead it, you want to be careful and, like, slam these switches. Once you've got all of them pressed in, then he just grows weak and you can attack him. It's not exactly super hard. The most annoying part of this fight is just trying to dodge him for the longest time. And then when you see his body turn, like, slight pinkish from after weakening him, then you get a chance to hit him. I'd recommend taking the hearts when you get them because this can be a pretty rough boss fight. It's not super hard, but you'll take damage if you're not careful, so yeah. Always try to be ready to distract this boss too, because he will be hounding you if you don't, so keeping him off your tail is probably very, very useful. Okay, yeah. Basically, jump on each one of these circles, hit the button, like I said. Whenever he gets close to you, it's usually a good idea to, like, go from one to another and try to get a different path than what you're actually going, so he'll circle around one and waste his time. Then you can try to go and get the other switches while he's distracted. That's usually a good way to try and outrun him so you can get to the switches first. This third phase, he's even the fastest he is in the whole fight. You gotta be really careful. It's not too bad. Like I said, it's the same basic pattern the entire time. The wood can also leave like a safety ground while he's not chasing you because he can't really get on the wood. The problem is he can use eggs or whatever those things he's dropping are supposed to be and attack you with those, so you really gotta watch out for this guy, but you should be able to beat him without too much trouble. There you go, boss defeated. Really easy boss fight. Not too hard. Really, really simple. And now we move on to World 6, Level 1. We don't really do any more of it, unfortunately. Or at least I did. I didn't, I mean. But yeah. Just make sure you're careful. This is a simple enough level. Alright, here we are, World 6, Cliff. This is pretty simple. It's level 1's in sticky situation. As you can tell by the title, probably this level does involve you getting sticky quite a bit and having trouble jumping around. So yeah, this is a pretty simple world overall, I'd say. World 6 doesn't feel anywhere near as rough as World 4 or 5 does. This is a pretty simple world overall. What I will say about World 6 is, even though we haven't got there yet, the boss fight in this world is a lot harder than it is in probably any of the other worlds. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit tongue-tied. Like, even the bosses after World 6 really aren't that bad in comparison, but World 6 can really, really get you if you're new to the game, for starters. Like, this boss fight is pretty tough. You'll see what I mean when we reach it. Anyway, just try to avoid jumping on these platforms here and avoid falling to your death. Go when you think it's safe. It's easy to get by that part. Alright, you see that Diddy barrel, you might want to grab it. It's up to you, and you can use that to kill that guy I just did if you don't want to try and jump on him, because you might be too worried about hitting him, so it's really up to you to figure out how you want to get rid of him. And if you don't, you can just jump over him and try to get on that platform, but that's probably better to not chance it. Alright, more platforms. Same basic thing, just try to get on them. Don't get hit. And time your jumps well so you don't fall to your death. Really easy stuff, honestly. This level is straightforward, really straightforward. Okay, go down here and continue on to this barrel. There's more going through this way. I don't remember why I went that way. I don't remember if I even knew that puzzle piece was there before. I think I just went there out of curiosity, so if you want to see what's over there, yeah, you can see that there's a puzzle piece there. And get all that oil off you and continue, because this oil will make it hard for you to move. You do get slowed down pretty severely. Alright. I kept going here because I didn't see that O, and then when I did, I decided to go back down and get it, because this is supposed to be all Kong letters, so yeah. I didn't realize I was missing it, and I forgot it was in that oil there, so just go down, take your time getting to it, and then move on after you've got it. Don't let yourself sink to the bottom and die, though. Then just bang against the ground and get it all off. There you go. Kill that guy, and then move up on these platforms. This is fairly simple, really simple, honestly. Time your jumps like always. Try to get to the checkpoint so you'll have your progress saved. And then there. Already over halfway done with the level. Alright, this is pretty simple. You're just watching the cycle and jump and shoot yourself out of these cannons as soon as you know it's safe. Just don't jump until you know you're safe, or don't shoot, I should say, considering you're not really jumping. But yeah, usually the best time is before or after the blade is done. I don't really know exactly if it matters some of the time, because I think it depends on which blade you're looking at, but either way, there's your G there. Just gotta be careful and jump at it quick enough to not get killed, and then jump out and get on another platform. Being fast to get on and off platforms, really. It's a huge part of this level, I should say. Alright, I believe I'm about right at the end, and there we go, I am. This is a little tricky for me because I have 1 health, so I'd be kind of careful, but just jump, get on these little platforms, and then even if you don't have like a huge amount of height, you should be able to manipulate this and go up that way if you need to reach the barrel like I did. So yeah, there we go. And that marks the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.